Welcome to another Touchgrass podcast episode. This isn't my usual room. I'm in Singapore. We're shooting another IRL podcast. I have Andrey, who is the CEO of the ADI Foundation. Great to have you, sir.
Hey Rashid, great. Thanks for inviting me.
Awesome. All right, start us off. How's the week been in Singapore so far?
I think Token 2049 in Singapore is one of the best crypto events out of the year, from my point of view, and it's getting better and better. Very good percentage of good quality community here.
Yeah.
And Singapore is treating us also very nice.
For sure. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you got into crypto first? I think that sets a great foundation for our audience. Talk about your career so far. Talk a little bit about, what you're doing at ADI. Give us like a holistic view of what your background has been and what you're focused on right now.
Okay, cool. I'm Ukrainian, and in Ukraine we historically have very strong tech communities. So I got into crypto in 2014, 2015, when me and a couple of my friends wanted to launch some product first. We tested different hypotheses, and as it often happens in Ukraine, we launched a service company, IdeaSoft, and over the years it grew. I'd say from 2015 to up till now to one of the biggest in Europe. We've serviced many top tier crypto companies as well as institutions in Web2 that wanted to enter crypto. And by doing that, we also established a product arm. So we built few and co-founded few products. Historically, one of them was Global Ledger Protocol. Another one, together with Wu, we co-founded Orderly Network. So, and I would say all of that brought us at the end to ADI and to the place where we're currently at.
Awesome. Give us a foundation about what ADI is, what the vision is. You obviously the CEO of the ADI Foundation. What are your top priorities right now, and how are they progressing?
Right. So at ADI we are tackling the problem of, I would say maybe not to make user experience supreme when on-chain adoption is going on. So our mission is bring more people on-chain, and for that I think historically it was too techy for the most of the population, and lots of use cases there wasn't enough sense of Web3. That's what I've seen, and that's why the adoption was moving in the right way. And at ADI we are building maybe one of the most interoperable chains. It's EVML2 that is built with the zero-knowledge frameworks. We're building it out of Abu Dhabi, where I think the regulator is super progressive, and it's always nice to be in line when the business and the regulator are together and working very close and very active. So I think from my point of view, the ADGM in Abu Dhabi as a regulator is one of the most progressive ones that at least I ever worked with. And we're building the chain sovereign in UAE. So we have the approvers and validators on the sovereign UAE GPU cluster for performance, efficiency, and all those extra layers. As well as we propagate that, we invite everyone to build on chain, build with us, and with our support.
I heard there's also a stablecoin play in there somewhere. What's that about?
One of our core products. So in UAE we have very strong partnership network. So when I say bring new audience and projects and people on chain, it's not just a buzzword. It's we've established a very strong partnership network, and with them we are distributing the technology and the products to bring this new audience on chain. So we're currently getting closer to the launch, and we'll be announcing more and more core products around the chain. One was already announced. So ADI is hosting, or will be hosting, the Dirham-backed stablecoin, which is fully licensed by Central Bank of UAE.
Awesome.
And I think that it has plenty of room to grow to be one of the biggest.
What do you think about the UAE ecosystem right now? You know, I spent a lot of time in Dubai. I definitely have my own thoughts. I want to hear directly from you. You know, you're working with regulators so closely. What are they thinking? What are you thinking? How does this ecosystem progress? And what are people missing? You know, people who've never been to Dubai. Why should they come to Dubai and explore the crypto scene there, or Abu Dhabi as well?
It would be interesting to know also your thoughts on this, but from what I noticed, so often it's a question not only about the state, but also about the dynamics. So we've seen how UAE develops as a country, like in general, in a very generalistic way, how it outperformed the most of the countries over the last 20 years. We've seen their strategy on the artificial intelligence, all the verticals, how they currently progressing, and I think in the next decade, maybe not the most, but one of the most innovations definitely will happen out of UAE. And I think same is for the Web3. So the country itself propagates the entrepreneurs the best service to cater them in order to come and build out of UAE, out of Dubai, out of Abu Dhabi. I personally prefer more Abu Dhabi rather than Dubai, but obviously it's just a personal level of choice. And I just think the current state is one thing, and even though like with the current snapshot, like lots of companies and executives of tier 1 companies from the space are in UAE. But the more important is that the dynamics, I think it's really positive from like where it's heading.
No, for sure.
And what's your
my opinion is, you know, obviously a lot of Indian founders move to Dubai when they're building a crypto company. I feel like UAE is positioned in a way where they are always inviting talent to set up. You know, whenever I talk to someone about where are you moving next, they're like, I'm either going to move to Singapore or the UAE. So I feel like they've made it safe enough to be there and innovate there in that area. Yeah, I mean, every third question I get is, when are you moving to Dubai? So it's like pretty common for me.
So when are you moving?
I don't know. I don't know when my mom lets me, I guess. But yeah, no, moving on, Andrey. You know, during the introduction part, you told us that you wanted to onboard the next billion users. You wanted to, you know, create a blockchain ecosystem where it's very easy to interact. How is the ADI Foundation thinking about that? Is there like a core principle? Is there like a primary focus, secondary focus? Give us a little bit about the vision. Like, how are you thinking about this in terms of onboarding?
Okay, so we do have a strategy how to execute it, and we have very precise modeling on like what we're planning to do. So that's why we're building this interoperability for the chain in order to invite third parties, but also we are offering like huge distribution through our partnership network. And there are a few like heavy hitters in the products that we're rolling out. One of them also now I also can announce, we have a partnership with M-Pesa, migrating their payments to the stablecoins, that they will be releasing stablecoins on top of ADI chain. And we'll be hosting them as well. Like M-Pesa is the biggest payment system in Africa with over 40, 50, 60 million users.
Wow.
They have huge database. And our goal is, again, meaningful use cases, apply Web3 where it's applicable, like whether it's energy grid tokenization or grid energy certificates, whether it's ledger registries, whether it's utility tokens or security, whether it's payments, remittances, whatever.
How long did that deal take? I think one thing that people don't appreciate enough, and we talk about this a lot in the podcast, is how long did it take for that deal to go from, okay, we had this idea, we talked to the team, and now it's live to announce? How long was that deal cycle?
I think it's always a very custom answer to all those questions. So normally have a different setup of things that either speed these things up or slow them down. So with I think we have a great team in ADI. We have a great board, and I think we do have, what I see is happening, we do have all the right pieces in order to make all these things very effectively.
Yeah, that's all. Is Africa also a big focus for you guys?
Yes, we are focused very much on Africa, Middle East, Central Asia, Southeast Asia.
How do you decide these priorities in terms of, I'm the CEO of a foundation that's running a blockchain, let's focus on these regions. Is there like a thought process that goes behind it? Is there a lot of data crunching? How do you prioritize regions when essentially crypto is for the world?
I think, like obviously it's all permissionless chains. Mm-hmm. So obviously we're gonna have everyone can come and build and participate. But when it comes to the focuses, I think the rule number one: you should speak with your audience. You should speak with your partners.
Yeah.
You should identify the strongest sides and the weakest sides. So within the ADI concept, I think that like Africa and Central Asia, from what we see, they are always kind of like underserviced regions, and they will be growing and are growing like very fast. And in order to service them, I think that the Web3 products with the current like legislation framework setups, technical advancement for the snapshot of today, and like everything can create for those underserviced regions very right product sets for them and come and live differently, pay differently, trade differently, buy and sell, use their insurance, medical records, books, and so on.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I've been thinking a lot about the African region as well, and we, on the wormhole side, we have, wormhole Nigeria. Mm-hmm. We interact with that community a lot, but I've never done anything on the ground, or we've never done an activation catered towards it. It's more of a content strategy. What do you think teams are missing in terms of Africa, right? Like, do you think, as you mentioned, is it more about finding the use case and doubling down on the use case? Like, how's your experience been interacting with the African community? Like, what's something that you'd advise someone who's looking to do that to focus on?
I think that the advices are applicable to any location. So each region or country or even community, social group, mm-hmm. they do have certain peculiarities where they tend to have psychological user experience right now or before. So do the user research, find always a local partners is much better than try to do research on your own. And I think in general the collaboration instead of competition plays out much effectively in these days.
That makes sense. Is this your first time in Singapore?
Second.
Okay. How different is the scene in the UAE versus Africa versus Singapore? Like, give us some conference takeaways.
I think that the peculiarity of Singapore that very small community in general lives here, so everyone like travels.
Yeah.
When there is a conference in Austin or in Denver, in Paris, in Dubai, like there is lots of people who are like nearby. And here we notice that like everyone flies and it has more meanings.
Yeah, it's like the analogy that I've been given is it's like, so India is to Dubai, that's like Hong Kong to Singapore. Mm-hmm. It's like, Indians love to go to Dubai, Asian community loves to come to Singapore as well.
Yeah.
I feel like one narrative that I've been seeing across, and this is like a side event every day, is stablecoin day, stablecoin. And you guys obviously building one of the hottest stablecoins coming out of the UAE region. What do you think of this narrative right now? Do you think it sustains? Do you think the regional stablecoin, like, how are you thinking about the stablecoin narrative and how the Dirham stablecoin fits into this?
I think we reached, the direction I think was for a long time here. And we reached to the point when the banking systems and like fiat systems are inevitably very closely embedded with the stablecoins. I think that's what, like, we're on the very last mile of making this seamless.
Yeah.
and the stablecoins are just new financial rails that the whole world is moving on. So currently just getting like more and more popular because the regulators started to support it finally. In the States we see the movement, we see Genius Act and so on, and that's why the market understood that it's not any longer risky to be in the space.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's finally kicking off.
Yeah, you know what's really funny? One of my friend's ex-bosses, when he was coming into crypto, like, he berated him, like, why are you joining crypto? That's such a scam. Now that boss joined Circle, and, like, he went up to his boss, like, why are you joining crypto? It's like, no, it's stablecoin, it's not crypto, don't worry. So I feel like stablecoins has now become the mode for the adult conversation in crypto, where people have started segregating crypto and stablecoins to a point where it's okay to talk about stablecoins, meme coins probably not, or XYZ probably not.
But because I think stablecoin for them it's easier to understand, like to entry barrier. So stablecoins eventually the fiat currency just transferred on chain with the Web3. But if you're speaking about all other like TradeFi, DeFi, and so on, it's just harder to adopt because it's different products and different views of them.
Do you think that it's very important for an ecosystem, if they have a stablecoin, to also think about what you can do with the stablecoin? Is that also a focus for you guys at the foundation?
I think that depends on the strategy of the foundation or the strategy of a chain. There are chains that have native stablecoins. There are chains that don't. I think inevitably you should. Thinking over utility, if you cannot propagate this to your community to bring utility, then obviously like some utility should be there, because utility is part of why the liquidity stays on chain.
Yeah. Will there also be a big US dollar market on ADI chain, or are you going to focus a lot more on the Dirham stablecoin side?
We will be adopting the native stablecoins, which are pegged to USD. It will be like existing products on the market, but I think the market will decide on this side, and we will execute our strategy. Often your community advises you how to move.
Yeah.
So you just should keep in touch, close contact with them, and get the right feedback loop.
Is that what you do at these conferences? You just talk to builders who are building on ADI chain, understand what they want, and then there's a feedback loop. Like, how does that work as a CEO for you right now?
Correct. We at these conferences work with the ecosystem partners, with our partners, with the communities of the builders to receive the feedbacks on the products we're building, products we're thinking to build, products they're building, to eventually have a complementary ecosystem that complements each other, that doesn't so I think in general one of the biggest challenges for the Web3 in general is that I do agree with the statements on ETH that liquidity will be unified, and that's the same with the community.
That makes sense. Is there one piece of like feedback that you've received from the community where it's like, whoa, I didn't even expect that? Like, has there been overwhelming feedback?
I think that
anything that stands out, like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
I think that the feedbacks. No, I wouldn't say that we received something that is
that's good.
unexpected, but that's why I do believe that we're on the right direction.
And obviously, you guys, if there's a Dirham stablecoin and you guys are based in UAE, you're also working with the government. Is there a play for traditional businesses to launch on ADI? Maybe a cafe in Abu Dhabi, or maybe even the Yas Marina circuit. Maybe we have the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix tickets on ADI chain soon. How does that traditional business angle look like? Or is that even something you guys are thinking about?
I would say that's only UAE, because we are planning to operate global and share all those technologies globally. But exactly, that was one of the points when we were choosing. the ADGM regulator is like very innovative one. We're able to speak to them in order to find the balance between the risk and efficiency. And that's why I think that gradually we'll be rolling out the products and on-chain ticketing systems, on-chain digital identity, e-health, payments in the cafes. It's not that far from us.
Yeah, you don't. It's not that far.
I think we're gonna see.
Yeah, next year F1. Yeah,
we're gonna see.
Do you, when you come out to these conferences, do you also talk to other regional leaders in terms of like, hey, are you talking to someone from the Singaporean government, or are you focused on working with the UAE government?
No, we do. I think we're talking to about 20 governments.
Okay.
Singaporean, I think not yet, but that's definitely in the list.
Is it different talking to these governments and talking to like crypto bros at conferences? Like, how's your experience been there?
Yes, because they speak different language. Yeah. They pay attention to different risks. They see different value, and in order to get the traction on the products, not just launch POCs. I've seen many times without any traction. You need to have the right team setup and the right product offering in order to have meaningful case that brings the value or solves the problem, and hedge the risks that encountered by them not getting fully in from the XPD standpoint.
That makes sense.
That's why ADI, I think, has very right packaging for all those cases.
How big is your team right now?
Currently in foundation we have slightly above 20 people.
Wow.
And about 40 people in the tech team.
That's crazy. And you guys are on Testnet right now?
Yes, we're on public Testnet.
Yeah. What are some things that people can do on Testnet? Well, let's give them something to do.
Create applications.
Yeah.
Just it's open Testnet.
Is there anything that you'd like to see on ADI chain that is not there right now?
I think that on ADI chain will be lots of opportunities to build financial products for the stablecoins, as we're gonna have them many and soon, and it won't be only $1 and Dirham-backed, but there will be many others, and that's why I think the new DeFi and CeFi primitives using set of stablecoins, we can give lots of distribution for that.
That makes sense. One thing I wanted to ask you, and I don't know, we can cut this out if this is inappropriate. Is the government in Dubai very enthusiastic about like halal yield opportunities on chain, or like Islamic finance on chain? Is that something that you guys are exploring or thinking about?
Government in UAE, I think they are very open to the whole world and to innovation, and it's not about something particular type of finances. So unless things are compliant, risk is managed and opportunity is there, and it brings some value to the people, they are very open and transparent to collaborate on.
That's awesome. How are they thinking about promoting Dirham and outside? Is this stablecoin sort of way to have more Dirham holders in other countries? Is it more of an inward investment angle? Like, how are they thinking about it? As much as you can share. I know. I saw the smirk. I was like, yeah, we're gonna.
No, I truly think that the UAE promotes their currency much better than we can do.
Oh yeah.
So our mission, as we see, is just to bring it to the most effective rails that are possible in order to catch up with this PR marketing.
Yeah,
and everything.
That makes sense.
I mean, Dirham is brand by itself.
It is
created by UAE as a country and acknowledged in like many regions.
Yeah. Awesome. I know we're coming closer to time. We always end up these podcasts with like one question, like one number one advice. There are probably like 10 questions I could ask you rapid fire. But let's start with one, and then I'll keep picking your brains. What's like your number one advice for business owners or institutions that are thinking about adopting blockchain technology right now?
I think the best advice historically, like I'm crypto for 9 years, like almost 10, and number one advice, create meaningful cases. To have a blockchain never plays well. So think over which efficiencies or which value propositions the Web3 technology can do for your business, and start with this first.
And that
And
can
then
be
technology. So technology is a vehicle to deliver the value.
Yep.
Don't be technology centric, just to put it on your book or make a statement that you have some Web3 use case, but be value centric first.
got it. So that's like if you do a lot of foreign payments, look at how much you're paying for those foreign payments. Use stablecoins. Or if you want to do like a reward system for your users, maybe explore how crypto reward systems work. Is that sort of how they should think about it?
Yes, and then go further. For example,
Okay.
if you have lots of foreign payments, think over stablecoins as supplement to your costs right now. It will be faster settlements and cheaper. Then you can go one step forward and think over, if you're doing those foreign payments, maybe you should also consider yield generating stablecoins, not only to transfer the funds, but to not lower the even operational cost, but get the yield just by having this liquidity, even temporary for a day or half a day or whatever. And then progress from there.
Got it. That makes sense. On the stablecoin side, what's your number one advice to like a stablecoin issuer right now? There's so many, and I talk to stablecoin issuers all day. What's like your number one advice or number one experience building a stablecoin?
I think on the stablecoin side, I would think first about the distribution.
Okay.
So like find the use case, find your clients first, and then build a stablecoin. Because stablecoin currently, there is a variety of things how you can build them. Collateralized by different assets, with liquid yield, without liquid yield, with fixed yield, with variable yield, with leveraged yield, like so many stablecoins, a product, so it becomes like a commoditized. But think over the distribution first.
Do you want to talk a little bit about how you guys thought through all that stuff? Like, what were the details in terms of what's backing the stablecoin, how we're going to distribute it? I think that's also a great conversation to have.
Yeah, that's actually exists, I think, already on the internet. So, we're licensed by central bank in UAE, so that's why we're having the frameworks from them, what we can have as a reserves. We're gonna have the cash reserves as a backup, like fully collateralized. Distribution-wise, we, again, as I said, we have partnership networks through whom we're distributing to Web2 users in order to make faster settlements for the retail and for the TradeFi as well.
Yeah.
Sectors. Faster settlements, cheaper, more secure, like you name it. But also with the companies that will counter more like B2C, like M-Pesa from the ones that I can name.
Yeah.
And currently we have like really a lot of requests for this.
Got it. All right, next question. What's your number one advice to Andrey, you do so many things, I'm sorry, man. I just have to keep bugging you for advice. What's your number one advice to someone building a blockchain? And how, like, number one advice to build an ecosystem?
Yeah, blockchain-wise, I think we've been thinking a lot at AGI. So, my personal, like literally personal opinion. So, we've seen so many technology-centric approaches that never found distribution or adoption, that I think that when building a blockchain, again, think over the use cases, the audience, and where will you get the traction.
Got it.
There are only few cases that were extremely well executed, that were like technology first, that we've seen. Then the amount of how was tried.
Got it. All right.
What would you give as advice?
Like advice on building an ecosystem? I feel like the number one thing that you need to figure out when you're building an ecosystem is, adding on to what you said, you need to figure out how to make builders happy. Builders need to feel extremely aligned to your ecosystem to a point where they need to be satisfied or they need to be fulfilled enough to actively talk about your ecosystem. It shouldn't be like, we got a grant so we're building here. No, it should be like, we love these guys, we love the tech, we love their mission, and we are fully aligned with whatever they do, to a point where I'd love to work at that ecosystem myself.
Yeah, well, I think retail-focused ecosystems, very right approach.
Yeah. In terms of government stuff, that's something that I'm still figuring out. You know, I interact with a lot of government officials myself. I was actually part of a digital leadership forum in Korea. So I talked to a lot of Korean policymakers. They're really optimistic about it. I think with everything happening in the West in terms of the Trump administration pushing forward regulations, it's created like stablecoin. Like I was saying, like it's given stablecoins as the adult conversation mode, and everyone wants to have this conversation now because the world's in a interesting place and everyone has their own opinion. It's like the pivotal moment when anyone can take charge.
I fully agree. I think I read a tweet of Scott Besson that where he was stating that it's once a generation opportunity. So
Yeah.
I think we're exactly in the center with
Yes.
technology-wise, our industry-wise, and time-wise.
Yeah. Cool. Andrey, last question. Again, this is gonna be a tricky one. This is gonna be a really, really tricky one. Alright. When's mainnet?
Oh, so it will happen this year.
Yeah, this year.
Yes, we will be announcing everything on our media,
Mm-hmm.
and just keep yourself posted, and you'll get some.
Awesome. Q4, Q5?
Q5 doesn't
Q5?
exist.
Yeah. Alright, guys. That's the Touch Grass Podcast, IRL. Great time with Andrey. Follow Andrey, follow ADI Chain, follow ADI Foundation. Get your updates there. As always, keep touching grass.
Thank you, Rashid.
Thanks, Andrey.
Cut.